All right, so Hard Rock Sports put out the list of the top duos in Eastern Conference for the NBA. This after all the trades and things like that. Obviously, they're a betting site, so there may be some bias to push you one way or another, but let's take a look at it anyway. All right, looking at their list, number 1, the Magic with Franz and Paolo. Number 2, the Knicks with Cat and Brunson. 3, Mitchell and Mobley in Cleveland. 4, Porzingis new to the Hawks with Trae Young. And 5, Embiid and Maxey with the Sixers. I'm going to give you my 5 right out the gate, then we'll discuss. I got the Knicks at 1, the Cavs at 2, Sixers at 3, Celtics at 4, and Magic at 5. And really quick, some of the teams that didn't make the list, the Bucks with Giannis and Miles Turner, 2 great players individually, but they don't mesh as well as the others. Hard Rock mentioning Atlanta with Trae Young and Kristaps Porzingis. I think they blend well, but not as good as the rest of those on that list. If you're wondering about Indiana, this was Halliburton missing this upcoming season and Miles Turner being gone, so they're not noted. And then Miami, one that's the closest to making the list. If you had them in there, I get it, with Tyler Hero and Bam. I like those 2. I just tend to like the rest of these a little more, and we'll get into that. I'm actually going to start at the top with the Knicks at number 1. Cat and Brunson, they're the most proven duo. They did very well in this postseason this year. I know they didn't make it all the way, but I like their complementary style more than I like the rest of the list. The Cavs at 2, very similar with Mitchell and Mobley, but maybe a little bit of a tier down. Mitchell can be every bit of player that Brunson is, and sometimes more, but overall I don't think Mobley lives up to what Cat can give you more consistently. Still a high quality player. Looking at 3, the Sixers, Embiid and Maxey. Hard Rock choosing to use Maxey instead of Paul George. I'm just going to follow that trend just for comparison's sake. Embiid, one of the best players in the league when healthy. Maxey, a solid player as well. There's just so much up in the air with those 2 that even though I'm trying not to consider health, it's hard for me to put them above the 2 that are already proven and done that. So I'm going to put them at 3 comfortably. 4, the Celtics. I know Tatum's out for the season, but I think people are underestimating that Simons move, adding him alongside Jaylen Brown. I like those 2. They're very similar in style and play, so I can see why people think it's just a take-turn system. But the Celtics shoot a bunch of threes, Simons shoots a bunch of threes. I'm hoping they cut that back, but either way, I think value there consistently for scoring is going to be high. I'm not sure what the metric is for Hard Rock and how they're evaluating this, whether it's top scoring pairings or things like that. I'm just going off overall value and what I think the duo can bring to the court, not really looking at points per game. But I do think that this Celtics pairing could put up a lot of points. And then number 5, the Magic. Obviously, Desmond Bane being added to the trade, but he has nothing to do with this, Franz and Paolo. But I do think he helps this team overall. And that'll make the work for Franz and Paolo a little easier. I like them a lot. Sometimes they clash and they can be inconsistent, but their talent's through the roof. Paolo signing a new extension for 5 years to stay in Orlando. Love that. We have a lot of great things going on here in Orlando, so I'm looking forward to the season. But since they haven't proven it yet, I'm just going to keep them comfortable at 5.
Hey, what you want? Hey, what you want? Hey, what you want from me? Gotta make a plan, gotta make a stand for the change you wanna see.